Today we're going to look at a collection that not a lot of people know about. Hey guys, my name's Haley. Welcome back to the Disney Cupcake channel. Please make sure to subscribe to this channel for more daily Disney videos. If you watched my Disney World and Disneyland bin going through video, I showed a lot of the Disney World and Disneyland items I have, and one of those items being my pressed penny books. A lot of you guys were asking for more information about them or to see my entire collection. I have 166 pressed pennies from the Walt Disney World Resort, Disneyland Resort, and Tokyo Disney Resort. So these are not only pressed pennies, but I also have pressed quarters and I guess pressed yen from Japan? Not sure what term they use over there, but this is my Disney pressed coins collection. So I have 3 books from the Walt Disney World Resort and 1 book from the Disneyland Resort. So today I'm going to be panning through all of the books, showing you guys all of the cool Disney coins that I have. Let's get started. So first let's take a look at my oldest book. This is the pressed coin collection from Walt Disney World. You guys can see there the Cinderella Castle, the monorail with the Fab Four, and a bunch of other fun Disney characters. And here, flipping over to the back, it says Walt Disney World in a nice sparkly color. Now, pressed pennies at this time, and kind of still today, are 51 cents. So that is 2 quarters and 1 penny. It presses the penny and then you pay like the 50 cents for the actual like experience. And next time that I go to Walt Disney World, I will definitely make sure to point out more of these pressed coin displays, because these are very cheap souvenirs, but they're very, very cool souvenirs to have to look back on your favorite rides, lands, or shows. But today, they're starting to make the pressed coin machines $1. As I showed you guys at Toy Story Land, they just added a pressed coin machine there, and they are $1 per coin. So that kind of stinks. They are still a very, very cheap souvenir, truly the cheapest souvenir at the Disney parks, so it is still a great collectible, but for them to bump it up $1, I get why, but it is kind of disappointing at the same time. And a lot of them don't really have like the cranks anymore. Some of them will just be buttons. So it is just a cool, very unique thing. And don't forget to leave a comment down below if you also collect these pressed coins, or if you had no idea these existed. I'd love to hear your thoughts about them. So here, opening up our book, we can see a bunch of the Walt Disney World icons. They're including the ear hat, the Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, the teacups, a bunch of your favorite characters, even the old test track vehicle right there, Cali River Rapids, Animal Kingdom, and Epcot. So lots of fun characters there. And here, opening it up, we have our first full book of pressed coins. So some of these may be hard to see since they are a few years old, but I'm just going to pan through them and show you guys all of the ones that I have. So you will see some older ones here, like the older Test Track logo, or maybe the old Disney Quest logo, some older Disney characters and movies, and I'm going to try my best to show it without there being that reflection there on the book, because they are in a reflective case. And then here at the end we have our pressed quarters. So these are bigger than the pennies. And if you're watching from outside of the US, those are just the different types of coins that we have, so you guys can just see the size comparison in the coins once they are pressed. So normally these pressed quarters are about 75 cents or like $1.25. It really just depends on the location. I believe at Walt Disney World they are $1.25, so that is 5 of the quarters. So here we have the Mickey Mouse, the train, and our Hollywood Studios one. We also have some ones down here from 2016 and some other fun events. Now since those ones are so much bigger, there's only 2 rows, so I'm going to go back down the middle row here of the rest of the pennies. There's a 2014 one. And then there we have some more of the parks and Duffy. So this is my first book, so I apologize I really wasn't able to explain a lot of them. A lot of them are worn, a little bit harder to see, so it's kind of hard to explain my thought process there with getting those, because whenever I was younger, I would just get like whatever ones I saw, and as you'll see here through my newer books, I kind of have them more organized by land, or attractions, or characters, or hotels that I've stayed at. So this is my oldest one, so it's kind of just a mix of things. And also, the designs that you may have saw in this book may not still be available, so if you're going to Disney World here soon and you're hoping to get one of those particular designs, they're most likely not there anymore. They don't change the designs every single year, but maybe they'll switch out like 2 of them every year. There's really no system to it, but like I said, next time I go, I'll definitely try to show which ones are available at the time that I am there, but it's really hard to know for sure. The only ones I can say for sure that I know are the Toy Story Land ones, which I'll show here in my next Walt Disney World book. But first, looking at this one I got just probably like between like 2 and 4 years ago, so this one is newer, but this is not the newest version of the book. So this is the Walt Disney World Pressed Coin Collection, and here we have the Cinderella Castle, Space Mountain, Contemporary. Here we even have the new Fantasyland, and Small World, and Big Top, and it's just very, very cute. And here on the other side, we have the Animal Kingdom Big Thunder Mountain. Very, very neat design. I really, really love the colors on this one. Here we have Expedition Everest, the Grand Floridian, Tower of Terror, Casey Jr., all those fun things. And here opening up, we have another completely full book, and this one is bigger than the other one, so this one has 4 rows of the pressed pennies and 3 rows of the pressed quarters. So we're going to do the same thing here, kind of just panning through them. And one thing that I did do that you will notice here in this book and kind of in the last book is that I went around every single country one year and I collected every single Duffy coin from that country. So I went around Epcot's World Showcase and I collected all of the Duffy pressed pennies. So I have all of the Duffy pressed pennies for every single Epcot country. So you'll see those here mixed in as well. You can see this one that's very, very worn here. It says Disney MGM Studios. And you guys can see there the outline of the Little Mermaid. So I do have some pretty old ones mixed in here as well. And then for our press quarters on this row, we have the Polynesian ones, some Mickey and Friends, some Tower of Terror. Going down to the next row here, we have some more Polynesian, Magic Kingdom, and Hollywood Studios. Also along with Pop Century. Lots of Mickey and Friends there. Contemporary. Chef Mickey's, and some more fun dated ones. So like those dated ones will be switched out every year, of course. And I like how they're starting to add some of the restaurant ones as well. There's another MGM Studios one. And if you did not know, MGM Studios is the old name for Hollywood Studios. Some Toy Story Mania. And then here our last row of the press quarters. We'll kind of go down here on an angle. We have the 2019, the Soarin', and the Epcot. Now panning back here through on our last row, you guys can see they're starting to look a little bit nicer because they're newer, and of course the design and machine of the pressed coins have gotten a lot better. So a lot of the details are more defined. It's a lot easier to see. based on the old ones. There's that Disney Quest one that I mentioned. And that is book 2. So I love filling up these books. I think they're very, very cool to look at. As I mentioned in that other video, I try to get them like for characters that I meet at the time, or restaurants I went to, or what resorts I stayed at. It's just like another cool way to document your trip. Now this is the newest pressed coin book that I got back in 2018, 2017. I actually don't know for sure, but it was the past like 3 years at most I got this book, so I'm not sure what the current design is or if there are any for sale at the moment, so don't quote me on that, but there could be. I don't know for sure, but I do like this design as well. It has the old Disney World logo. There's a nice little shot of Main Street and the castle and the monorail. And this book actually has little ears at the top, but it is the same size here as my second book. Looking here at the back, we have more of our classic icons. Really fun art style with those. Opening up here, we have another little map of all of our little icons. And I like how if you open all of these up, all the pictures kind of connect to each other, so it's like a cool little concept map of Disney World there. And flipping it over, this book is not full just yet. These are my most recent pressed coins from the Walt Disney World Resort and from the Tokyo Disney Resort that I received in the mail. This is the newest collection that I have before heading over to the Disneyland book, which was from 2018. Something cool to note about this book is it does have, in the little ear sections, a little slot to put pennies. So if you take this book with you to the park and you want to start collecting, it's a cool little spot to store them. Although there are no slots for quarters to be kept up here, but there is a quarter slot here on the right hand side. So since some of these pages are not complete, I'm just going to go down the pages and show them to you. And then there are those Toy Story Land ones I was talking about. You guys can see the Mickey 90 one. But I got all of the ones from Toy Story Land. So you guys can see those designs here. Then here, heading over to the next side, we have Rock and Roller Coaster there. The 2019 ones as well. You guys can see, like, I got this one at Studios, this one at Animal Kingdom. So they have been doing, like, the newer year ones. And then here we have our ones from Tokyo Disney Resort. So you guys can see they are slightly bigger than the pressed pennies because they use different coins, obviously, in Japan. And theirs are so much nicer than the ones from the US. So if you put, like, a dirty, like, old penny in the machine at the US parks, then that's the coin you will get back. Whereas these ones are very, very nice, shiny, and clean, like they're brand new. Like, they really care about quality there, where here, as you guys can see, like, I put, like, a coin that had a mark in it, and the coin that I got back has the design with the mark on it. So it kind of stinks in that way. With the US ones, I know there are ways to clean them if you didn't have any, like, clean pennies, but I would definitely try to get, like, clean new pennies before you go to the parks to do this. Like, definitely set coins aside for these. That way they stay really, really nice. That is how my newer ones look so nice, but these ones from Tokyo are absolutely beautiful. The quality of them is just so, so nice. So there we have the Disney Easter ones. We have the Mickey and the Minnie coin. And here we also have the Stella Lou coin there on the right, which is one of the Friends of Duffy. And here below that we have the Duffy 35th Anniversary Tokyo Disney Resort one, which is so, so cute. Their designs there are so adorable. So that is book number 3 for Walt Disney World. My most recent book. I hope to fill this one up and get another book as well. Now for our 4th and last book, I am keeping my Disneyland only coins in this book. So this is the pressed coin book for the Disneyland Resort. I purchased this in 2018 at the parks. I really, really love this art style of characters. You guys can see here I actually still have the sticker on it. So at the time it was $12.99, which is probably what they still retail for today. And here you guys can see on the left hand side with Daisy the California Adventure designs with Donald. And the rest of the Disneyland designs there with Goofy and Pluto. So that is what it looks like whenever you flip it open. And then here are all the coins I got from Disneyland. I made sure to pick up a bunch of them since it was my first time at Disneyland. So these are all from my first trip. And of course I didn't get all of the ones out of the machines, so there are many there as well. So I'm going to do the same thing as I did with the last book and just pan down each page since some of them are not complete. I wanted to make sure I got the park icons, so we have the California Adventure, Radiator Springs Racers. I made sure to get a lot of my favorite attractions, or Disneyland specific coins, because I knew I would not be able to get those whenever I went to Disney World. Here on our next page, I made sure to get all of the land icons from Disneyland. So I have like Fantasyland, you guys will see here Frontierland, Tomorrowland. I made sure to get all of the lands, Main Street, Toontown. I thought that'd be something really, really cool to have. And here, moving over to the other side, I have one of the pressed nickels. This was something really cool that I had not gotten before. So this is the California Adventure pressed nickel. So you guys can see here the size comparison between the pennies, the nickels, and the quarters. So these slots on this page are for nickels, these two are for pennies, and then this one's for quarters. So that's something interesting and different between the books. But I've only found the nickels at Disneyland, which I thought was interesting. And here are our last page of coins for this video, and it also has the little slots there for the coins to be pressed. We have some really nice Disney quotes there from Walt. Some nice Pixar ones, and classic Disneyland ones as well. So thank you guys so much for watching this collection video. Don't forget to check out more collection videos linked down below. And don't forget to leave some comments down below of what coins were your favorite. Were there any that surprised you, or did you see your favorite attraction or land? Thank you all so much for supporting this channel, and as always, remember to do what you love and do what makes you happy, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!